Okay, now is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, so thanks. So I'll start once again. Same indicators में जाना है. Invite only में backtest and signals मिलेगा. You can add it. Once you add it, this is what is visible to you. ये निफ्टी का चार्ट है. On any chart you can load it. अभी के लिए निफ्टी पे डिस्कस करते हैं. These are the inputs that you are going to get. What are these inputs? So we'll start with one by one. So let me make this zero. इसका यूज क्या होगा? सो लेट सपोज यू आर नॉट बैक टेस्टिंग बट यू आर एक्चुअली लाइव ट्रेडिंग इट, कि मेरे को निफ्टी पे एक लॉट पे ट्रेड करना है, या एच डी एफ सी का शेयर है उस पर एक शेयर से काम करना है, या प्रोबेबली बिटकॉइन है जिसमें प्रोबेबली 0.001 का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, वो 0.001 का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेच रहा हूँ मैं, या वॉट एवर द थिंग इज. तो एट द टाइम ऑफ ऑटोमेशन दिस इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी फिल्ड. बट अभी के लिए बैक टेस्टिंग यूज कर रहे हैं तो अभी के लिए जीरो कर देता हूँ. सो जीरो किया मैंने, देन यू हैव टू गो टू प्रॉपर्टीज. सो प्रॉपर्टीज डिफॉल्ट आई हैव सेट इट अप एज लाइक दिस. इनिशियल कैपिटल आई हैव केप्ट इट एट 10 lakhs. परसेंट ऑफ इक्विटी का मतलब क्या है कि 10 लाख आई हैव in my account and I can buy equity worth 10 lakhs, or what I can do is I can probably go in the derivatives market and I can buy futures. So futures gives me a leverage of 5-6x. So it can be 500 or 600%. For the sake of assumption, right now I have kept it as 200. You can keep it whatever you want. You can keep it 100, anything. Rest of the things need not be added. On commissions, you can add probably 0.01% ऑफ द वैल्यू. तो जो कुछ वैल्यू रहेगा उसका 0.01% आ जाएगा. स्लिपेज एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स नीड नॉट बी डन. सो दिस इज द ओनली इनपुट. स्टैंडर्ड इज दिस इज वॉट इज ऑलरेडी देयर. वंस यू एड द स्क्रिप्ट, ये स्टैंडर्ड को चेंज करना है तो कर सकते हो. राइट नाउ आई विल कीप द स्टैंडर्ड थिंग. देन लेट्स गेट बैक टू इनपुट्स. सो नाउ दीज इनपुट्स आर गोइंग टू टेल यू कि how the strategy is going to differ. Okay, so there can be n number of combinations, n number of strategies that can be created. I'll show you what all these things mean. First of all, I'll untick everything. Okay, this is just to show the line. So this I'll keep it and this I'll keep it. Right now rest of the things are unticked. So what is the entry time? What does it mean कि जो slow signal है हमारा TK algos का, on that it will take a buy or sell. Now what is that slow signal हमारा क्या है? और any signal is what? It is 1 or -1. Either it is a buy or either it is a sell. There is a no state as no trade zone. Okay, तो ऐसा नहीं है. तो what will happen if you enter slow? Then you will enter at the slow signal when the buy triggers, and it will exit at the slow signal when the sell triggers. Okay, now you can do it for fast as well, you can do it for combined as well. ठीक है, तो तीनों का अलग अलग आप कर सकते हो. what is the second option that is available? So let's suppose I kept slow, then I want to have a stop loss. What does that stop loss mean? तो 1 means 1% of the underlying. तो अभी निफ्टी का is around 22,600 पे ट्रिगर हो गया था. So that is where the stop loss line, red line आ गई है. Now if I make it trail, what will happen? Same concept as trailing stop loss. तो ये stop loss ऊपर ऊपर चलते रहेगा जब तक stop loss hit नहीं होता है, वो exit नहीं लेगा. Okay, so for example, this stop loss got triggered or this stop loss got triggered. Okay, this stop loss got triggered. So that is where the system took an exit. Okay, exit ले लिया. तो you can keep it trail, you can keep it fixed, you can modify these things as well. 1% नहीं रखना है, 0.5% रखना है, या 2% स्टॉप लॉस चाहिए मुझे. तो यू कैन प्ले विथ इट, यू कैन कीप वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट. देन इज द रिस्क रिवॉर्ड. रिस्क रिवॉर्ड का मतलब क्या है कि अगर 1% इज माई स्टॉप लॉस, देन वॉट इज माई टारगेट? आई वॉन्ट इट एट 1%. देन द ग्रीन लाइन यू आर सीइंग वो 1% पे आ गई. ठीक है, तो इधर एग्जिट हो गया था. So it can be at 1%, it can be at 2%, it can be at 5% or 1:5. कुछ भी आप कर सकते हो. For your convenience, you can modify it. आप छोटा भी रख सकते हो, 0.25% पे बुक होते रहना चाहिए कंटिन्यूसली. So you can play with different things, whatever you want. I'll untick again. So the best part of a trading view is that guys, इसका अगर compute speed देखोगे, so this is not a deep backtest. I'll come to the backtesting strategy tester part कि actually strategy tester में जो दिख रहा है वो क्या दिख रहा है आपको. मैं पहले inputs बता रहा हूँ, what all input combinations you can do. Then we have include short trades. So let's assume that I am trading in some stock, probably TechM. तो TechM पे I don't want टू डू लॉन्ग शॉर्ट, आई वॉन्ट टू डू जस्ट लॉन्ग. तो मैं अगर लॉन्ग करता हूँ तो मेरा पी एन एल क्या आएगा, अगर मैं लॉन्ग शॉर्ट करता हूँ तो मेरा पी एन एल क्या आएगा. सो दिस इज एन इनपुट अगेन, वेर इन इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग कैश स्टॉक्स यू कैनॉट डू शॉर्ट. So then in that case you will untick this. So if you tick this, it is including your short trades. So not only long but short trades are also taken. Now the second is some traders want to exit कि नहीं मुझे अभी ये कैरी नहीं करना है, आई वॉन्ट टू एग्जिट इट इंट्राडे, आई वॉन्ट एन इंट्राडे स्ट्रैटेजी. इन दैट केस क्या होगा, वंस यू क्लिक ऑन इंट्राडे यू कैन सेट अप योर टाइम कि मेरे को 3 बजे एग्जिट करना है, सॉरी 3 बजे एंटर करना है. सो मैंने 3 बजे डाल दिया. सो एट 3 o'clock एवरी डे what is going to happen, an exit is going to come in. Okay, that exit will happen at 3 o'clock, and then next day 9:16, if the signal, whatever that signal you have configured, if that signal is valid, then it will take a new trade back again. So it won't carry the risk overnight, it will just trade intraday. मुझे नहीं सुबह 10 बजे ही एग्जिट करना है, सो यू कैन पुट अप 10 o'clock एज वेल कि आई वॉन्ट टू जस्ट ट्रेड फॉर 45 minutes, सो दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी डन. सो दिस इज इंट्राडे फीचर. सो दीज आर द कॉम्बिनेशंस. नाउ ये कॉम्बिनेशंस करने से क्या होता है, ऑन द बॉटम पेन, now I'll expand the bottom pane. What is this bottom pane? This is the strategy tester. So on strategy tester what will you have, you will have an overview कि इसका इक्विटी कैसे गया है. सो दिस इज द ब्लू लाइन इज द इक्विटी लाइन, ग्रीन एंड रेड लाइन इज माय पीएनएल कि इसका पीएनएल क्या हुआ है. देन व्हाट वर द परफॉर्मेंस मेट्रिक्स कि ओपन पीएनएल क्या है, नेट प्रॉफिट कितना चल रहा है, ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट क्या है, कमीशन कितने पे किए, ऑल दोज थिंग्स विल हैपन ओवर द ईयर. ट्रेड एनालिसिस विल हैव अ डिटेल्ड समरी कि कितना रिस्क था क्या था, एंड लिस्ट ऑफ ट्रेड्स ऑल्सो यू विल हैव. ओके, नाउ दिस इज अ स्कैनर काइंड ऑफ थिंग यू कैन कॉल ऑन ट्रेडिंग व्यू कि मैं फटाक से क्या कर सकता हूँ फॉर द सेम थिंग्स. I can just scan through different stocks or different indices with the same strategies, and it is giving me PNL, backtesting of each and everything for a shorter period. This might be, so list of trades में देखते हैं कब से स्टार्ट हुआ है. दिस इज फ्रॉम February 7th. सो रफली 2 महीने का बैक टेस्ट आपको लाइव दिख रहा है, इमीडिएट दिख रहा है, इंस्टा दिख जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ ट्रेडिंग व्यू. So this is possible. Then let's go कि नहीं, I want to do a backtest, detailed backtest. So what I'll do is I'll do deep backtesting. On deep backtesting you can have any period going back all the way till the history is available. So निफ्टी के केस में 2009 से हिस्ट्री है, तो 2009 से मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया बैकटेस्ट फरवरी से. So what will happen, 1 minute का डेटा है. Okay, now this chart interval is a very important parameter guys, because that is the time frame on which all the algos will work and compute and create a strategy. So 1 minute का अलग strategy होगा, 30 seconds का अलग होगा. तो 1 minute का data is available from 2009. So you can just generate, and probably it will take 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds to give you a comprehensive report कि what did the strategy do, how did it perform from 2009 से लेके 25 तक कैसे हुआ, क्या हुआ. सो दिस वॉज द परफॉर्मेंस. सो आई डोंट, ये बोलना भी नहीं चाहिए एनीवेज. सो दिस वॉज द मैक्स ड्रॉडाउन, एंड 2 लाख% कुछ तो कंपाउंड हुआ. सो दैट इज वेयर बाय एंड होल्ड लाइन इज ब्लू लाइन. सो ब्लू लाइन बाय एंड होल्ड पे गया. नाउ दिस कैन बी टेस्टेड अगेन फॉर डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स. ये एक पैरामीटर ऐड किया था, you can have different parameters to test it out. Also the difference is that you can go to a different time scale altogether. 5 सेकेंड का टाइम स्केल पे जा सकते हो. Probably it won't give you a lot of data. So 5 सेकेंड इज गिविंग मी प्रॉब्ली 16 अप्रैल से दे रहा है, तो 5 सेकेंड का मैं चार्ट ट्रेड करता तो क्या होता on the same signal. It can be 10 second as well, it can be 30 second as well. The recommended is 1 minute, as I said. 30 seconds, 1 minute is more than sufficient to do. तो 1 minute पे टेस्ट कर सकते हो. You can do back testing as well. Now, how do you use it? So I don't recommend trading one single instrument for long shot. सो द recommended थिंग इज कि लगभग 5 से 10 आपके पास इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होने चाहिए, जिसमें आप जो probably some of you are using the risk manager. So for example, these are the 6 indices. ये 6 indices पे स्लो सिग्नल अगर यूज करता मैं, तो ये महीने में लगभग 5% मेरा बन रहा होता, 5 lakhs बन रहा होता. ओके, ऑन what is the exposure? It is 1x exposure. So as like this risk manager you are using, the same way you have to use the backtester, where आप अलग अलग strategies, अलग अलग instruments के लिए create करो and then run it automated. So that is the way in which it should be done and आपको करना चाहिए. But this is the tool basically. You can use it. What is going to happen is over here you will have to feed an URL. That's it. बाकी आपको कुछ भी फीड नहीं करना पड़ेगा. Once this integration is done, we are working on it. Once this is done, आपका ये complete automate भी हो जाएगा. So in the next probably a week or so, you'll be able to automate this as well. This can be automated right now as well to individual brokers. लेकिन मैं आप लोगों के लिए एक comprehensive solution लेके आ रहा हूँ, wherein you can automate it directly on your own, या आप directly एक platform से भी कर सकते हो. So that is what we are doing. So that is also possible. So just test it out. I'll give the access right now. So you guys, I have your IDs. I'll start giving the access probably so that you can use it. Right now, any questions on strategy building? की strategy build कैसे करते हैं?
Tanmay, I have one small question. So basically, this is like taking a futures, right? Like if you are doing it
Any,
long short, it's like
any
taking a future.
futures, Nifty futures, you can select the instrument.
Okay, I'm still doing the similar thing, but I'm doing it like for on options basis, may I say. So where the delta becomes zero point 0.5 as such. So
Yes.
instead of doing this, what I'm doing is like I'm taking the at the money, say if it's like triggers a short position. So at the money call I'm taking and I'm rolling it, once I get like a substantial amount of profit, I tend to roll it because equity curve becomes much better. So is there any way to backtest that as such? Is it that's like, I know it's very complicated.
No,
So
it is not complicated, but that will be available probably in a week.
all right,
So
okay.
that will be available, but again, that is a long short strategy on one index or one instrument. What I'm trying to say is don't trade one instrument because
So I do two instruments as such, basically Nifty and Bank Nifty. I do it
okay,
these two only instruments I've been doing for the past 1.5 years. So I've been getting
okay.
like close to 25-30% returns as such. So that's the kind of that's it's been doing pretty well as such. But only issue I was feeling is like, and especially whipsaws, when you get whipsaws and
Correct.
when you're doing this as such, because when you're, especially when you're having weekly options, right, for Nifty, it's really helpful as such. You'll have a much better equity curve, than this one when you have a monthly option as such.
So ideally, yes, what you are doing is right. You should take the signal from the underlying and trade a derivative product, but that becomes another level of complexity. And to tackle that,
Yeah.
there are different ways to do it. So right now, the goal is pretty simple. Like whatever instrument is available, you can trade futures. You can test it. If you want to go like, nahi, I like this, I want to scale this up, then there are different ways to do it. So on the first level, the target should be can strategies be backtested? Can those be implemented? And as a single instrument, the problem is the same thing. What we face, the drawdowns are higher because you are trading a 25 to 35% win ratio system, and when you do that, most of the trades, so out of 100 trades, around 65-70 trades are going to be losers. Out of those 30, also probably 20 trades would just make up those losses, and 10
Right.
trades are going to give you all the PNL. So it's a very patient game, trend following. The only way to tackle it is add as much as scripts as instruments as possible and diversify the whole long short bucket, so that some trends or different strategies will work with different instruments, and as a bucket you will be able to trade it nicely. So that was the reason the risk manager is created. So if you are trading 20 different stocks, then for those 20 different stocks, what is the exposure? If you want to carry the risk overnight, how do you hedge that exposure? Do you sell it or not? That is the reason the previous tool is there. So this is the next tool. So each tool will basically access the whole quantitative trading and algorithmic space on a granular level. So as we go deeper and deeper, तो हर एक tool will be probably specific use case के लिए होगा. The use case for this, as I said right now, is creating trend following strategies, long short portfolios, long short market neutral you can create. So all these different types of strategies you can create, you can explore that. Backtester, right now I wanted to give it to you because everybody has been asking कि backtest करना है strategies, signals, and you can just see, I've been trading, so I know what kind of signals they are, but you will also get an idea and some confidence on how the signals are working and how efficiently you can create different models, different strategies, and obviously automate करना ही पड़ेगा. Without automation, the scalability won't be there. But as a discretionary trader also, probably you can have 3-4 different instruments and trade it throughout the day. 1 मिनट पे कर सकते हो. उसके नीचे के टाइम फ्रेम पे आई डाउट थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, इंडिविजुअली डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. सो let me give you an access one by one. Any questions, guys, you have?
Tanmay, one more thing. When you are taking like when you are doing this trend following thing, right? Like, and see, suppose like sometimes it's like everything will be only longs only. And how suppose you want to have you want to avoid that risk as such,
Right.
it's just next day morning something
Correct.
changes as such. So for that, like, is it best to have just a put option as such, buy a put option, which is a long dated put option, and just keep it like in your books as such
So
for a
let's
long time?
suppose, let's talk on this scenario. For example, this is the portfolio at today 3:30. The long exposure. So all the scripts were in long. I've selected the slow signal, so all the scripts were showing a long trade, and my net exposure was roughly around 1 crore. Okay, so now if my exposure is 1 crore, if I want to hedge it, so with Nifty or a put option long rather than long dated, because if you are going to cut it off immediately, then the long dated option is not going to provide you any kind of hedge. On a portfolio level, if you want to do it, you can do it. Ki I'll be only a long only portfolio I'll create, and on that I'll always carry some kind of leaps. That is again a strategy that you can implement and trade it. So that is possible, but what I'm saying is only doing this is difficult with long dated options. So you can neutralize with 450 quantity. You can neutralize your overnight exposure with probably futures or probably just a put. ATM put also you can carry a similar quantity, similar deltas basically, and then you can neutralize the exposure. That is possible.
ठीक है. हाय, जेम्स हियर.
Hey, hi, how are you, man?
आई एम गुड, आई एम गुड.
Yeah.
एक डाउट था कि मतलब दिस इज द डेमो फॉर आवर थर्ड आइटरेशन, राइट, हमारे प्रोडक्ट का जो अभी तक
Yes,
लॉन्च नहीं हुआ है.
ये लॉन्च नहीं हुआ है, ये प्रो वाला है. सो दिस इज नॉट
प्रो.
लॉन्च्ड. So this will help you in automating all the strategies. Basically, in this version, webhooks access है. So now the signals can go out, and you can
समझा मैं.
directly trade
और
these signals outside.
और दूसरी चीज है, मैं ना एक्चुअली ड्राइव कर रहा था तो आई कुडंट कंसंट्रेट फुल्ली, तो ये रिकॉर्डिंग जो है.
Yeah, I'll put it up. The problem is that if we keep on talking, the recording is going to be big one, and I don't know how users. But anyway, it is very intuitive. Like the indicator is not complicated, so you can
ओके.
test it out, and I think everyone will be able to use it. At least test it for today and tomorrow.
या
Just do
रिकॉर्डिंग हो
some.
सकता है तो आज पोस्ट करते तो अच्छा रहता, क्योंकि आधी चीजें मैं सुन पाया था.
Yeah, I'll
मतलब.
post it. I'll post it. This
ओके,
recording,
थैंक यू,
I'll post it.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक
And I've started giving the access, so most probably all of you will get an access. किसी को नहीं
Okay,
मिला
can you
तो
explain that risk manager part again as such? Like, how do you hedge it as such? What
so
exactly you have to do? Is there
so
any
so let's
particular?
suppose I'll give you an example. So what is the risk manager? Risk manager is basically helping you to track your portfolio and track your long short trades that are happening in the market based on the signals that are being used. So slow, fast, and probably user as well. So we have four signals over here. So one is slow, one is fast, one is combined. These are our signals. And then you can also have your own signals. Like I bought Reliance probably 2 years back or probably 6 months back. That is my position. So you can have your positions as well. The second input that you can have is what kind of weightages that I want in the portfolio. Whether the portfolio should be an equal weighted or a quantity based. Then what is the portfolio value? Then you can have add as much stocks as you want over here. Give them weightages, and what will happen is basically on right now I'll take slow or fast anything. One second, let me maximize it. Okay, so ये पोर्टफोलियो है मेरा. ये सारे स्टॉक्स मैंने ऐड कर दिए जो कुछ स्टॉक्स थे इसमें. You can add different stocks whatever you want. It can be multi asset as well, so whatever you like you can add it. You can have my signal or your signal. What you can track on the bottom is directly PNL or NAV of that portfolio. What are these metrics? So if you can see, we have scripts, then we have signals, then we have price, then LTPs, what is the weightage, what is the PNL, current PNL, what is the beta. Beta is something you have to set it up while. So what is the benchmark on which you want to place the whole portfolio? So I want benchmark, let's suppose SPY को मैंने benchmark कर दिया. ठीक है. Now the beta of Nifty is completely different. So the benchmark carries an important role where what is that benchmark you want to create. Now what is the VAR? So individually Nifty, if I hold, I have a 30% risk, maximum risk of ruin in this trade. Okay, so the maximum risk that can happen is around 30%. What is the value exposure on the trade? Then what are my exposure metrics? So what does exposure metric means is that कि मेरे long कितने हैं, मेरे short कितने हैं, what is my normal exposure and what is my beta adjusted exposure. एक तो हो गया normal exposure. Beta adjusted is what you want to hedge. Okay, then what is my PNL? आज का PNL क्या था, maximum PNL क्या हुआ है. This max PNL is roughly for previous 20-25 days. एक से 1.5 महीने का history we are able to track it over here. What is my cash balance? जो कुछ buy sell किया था उससे कुछ cash balance भी generate हुआ था, तो cash balance भी दिख जाता है. And what is my total PNL? On the right side, यू आर गेटिंग मेरा पोर्टफोलियो लेवल बीटा क्या चल रहा है, मेरा पोर्टफोलियो का वोलेटिलिटी कितना चल रहा है, पोर्टफोलियो का शार्प क्या चल रहा है, पोर्टफोलियो का वार क्या चल रहा है, एंड पोर्टफोलियो का लेवरेज क्या चल रहा है. सो ऑल दीज मेट्रिक्स यू गेट, एंड सो लेट this is my portfolio that I am carrying. So 49 lakhs of long exposure is there. Okay. Now you need to do one thing. If you have taken a different symbol, the hedge will only happen if you do the same underlying as well. मतलब आप benchmark कर रहे हो gold को and hedge कर रहे हो निफ्टी से, so that won't work. So your benchmark needs to be your hedging instrument always. So SPX लिया था हमने, तो SPX लेट सपोज मैं SPX 5300 पे बेच देता हूँ. सेल 1500 क्वांटिटी, ज़्यादा हो गया. ऑलमोस्ट हेज्ड, 825 हो जाए. सो ये विथ हेज दिख रहा है. सो you can create the hedge directly over here and track it. Now let's suppose आपको इसमें when tomorrow the market opened, you made probably in hedge 50,000 rupees. Okay, now you have removed the hedge. Okay, so because the motive was कि overnight risk नहीं चाहिए मेरे को, so I have removed the hedge and I have booked the profit if there was a profit or loss in the hedge. You can add that, carry that as well कि cumulative जो PNL है, जो कुछ PNL आपको 40,000 बना, so 40,000 you can enter and the same will be carried as well कि जो उसका PNL है that can be carried over here. So you can do various things with it. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक ही चीज़ है. You can do different things and use cases है. So people are using it different manner. So I don't know how you guys have started to use it. Most of you haven't subscribed for the basics, so I don't know. आप लोग नहीं कर रहे हो ये यूज. So अगर ये करना है तो स्टार्ट करो स्क्रीनर